Inferno X, to buy or not to buy. We'll be discussing that in today's video, taking a look at the set overall, getting a feel for the set, talking about the hits and the main cards that are probably going to hold a lot of value and make this set do well over time. So we're going to be talking about this from a collector standpoint and also from an investing standpoint. And obviously this is the Japanese set, Inferno X, which will be part of the Phantasmal Flame set that is set to release, I believe, in November in English or internationally. And there will also be a Mega Gengar aspect to that set. Apparently we're not getting an SAR for the Mega Gengar, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Only time will tell. For today, or for right now, let's get right into the video and let's have some fun looking at the cards in the set. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below if you do enjoy these kinds of videos. I talk about investing, talk about collecting a lot, because I am a collector first and foremost, and I will be doing, collection updates, talking about my investments, how they've progressed, talking about what's worth investing in or not, based on my experience since 1999 being in the Pokemon TCG. And also doing lots of openings, so I did order some really cool stuff recently, and so there will be some cool openings to come on the channel. I'm just waiting to receive that stuff, and we will enjoy that, we'll have fun with that. So right now, let's just get back into today's video, the topic of today's video, which is Inferno X, should you buy or not? So, sorry, my cat's bothering me right now. Oh, come on. Sorry about that, guys. My cat is somewhat on a hunting spree at the moment, and he keeps bringing back, unfortunately, dead animals. So, yeah, he brings them to us as gifts, apparently. And yeah, he meows kind of outside the window so that we can see what he's caught. Maybe we're supposed to eat it, I don't know, but definitely not doing that. So yeah, sorry about that. Right. Let's get into it, finally. Let's get into the video. So, we're just going to take a look at the set. Overall, we'll leave the best for last, and we will definitely be looking at those. But for right now, we have Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, I absolutely love. Gen 1 Pokemon, so obviously I do like these. The Vileplume artwork is very, very vibrant. I do love the colors on that one. And we do have a Mega Heracross EX. So this is a bit of a throwback. Kind of reminds me of, I think it was Furious Fists back in the day, the X and Y era, where they had a Mega Heracross EX. And I do believe he had like quite a high rarity, if I'm not mistaken, with like a gold border, which was like the secret rare version of the card. So moving down, we do have, Lotad and Lombre and Ludicolo and nice Genesect. We have Nimble and Lokix. I don't know if you guys like those Pokemon much. I'm not too much of a fan, but the artworks are still nice. And of course we do have the Charmander, Charmeleon, and Mega Charizard X EX card here. And those all look really nice. I do like the artwork on these. I love Hyoganosuke, who did this artwork here. And I do like Unimori, who did the Charmeleon as well. So I do really like that evolution line there. And the Mega Charizard EX looks pretty badass. Very, very cool. And we do have a nice Moltres here going on a rampage. I don't know what he's doing, but very, very cool. Continuing on, we do have a Reshiram once again. I feel like we're getting a lot of Reshiram love at the moment, between Journey Together, the Black Bolt White Flare sets here. I mean, he's showing up a lot. We do have this nice Charcadet artwork. I really do like that one here. Gonna take a look at that one. That looks awesome. I really, really, really like that artwork. We're not gonna bother pronouncing that, but yeah, I do like that artwork. And then we do have a really cool Cerulege as well. I like that Pokemon a lot, so very, very cool. And moving on to the water types, we have Seal and Dugong. Once again, Gen 1, absolutely love them. I really do like this Pillow Swine here. I don't know why, I just kind of really like the simplicity of the artwork. I don't know, it just looks really cool, kind of cartoon style artwork. I really do enjoy that. So that's very cool. Then we have a nice Mamoswine coming through like a blizzard in a forest somewhere. Suicune, we have Piplup, Primplop, and I do believe we have an Empoleon at some point, but maybe he's not a water type. So there we have a Rotom EX. Moving down, pretty, I don't know if they're the most popular Pokemon. That's pretty cool artwork on Bolton there. We have Miss Magius EX, or Miss Magius, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. We have Gligar, Gliscor, And we do have a Flygon illustration rare later on in the set, so we're just going to kind of keep going on past these cards. Obviously you can pause the video if you want to take a look at these artworks, if there's anything that you really want to take a look at. We do have a Mega Charizard EX, which is very cool. Pretty badass artwork. Here we have a Toxtricity. There we go. There's the Empoleon EX, which was a steel type. That's why it wasn't next to Piplup and Primplup. We do have this very nice Jigglypuff. I do really like this card. I like the artwork a lot on that one. It's pretty peaceful. Just really, really nice, fun artwork. Then we do have Wigglytuff with like the singing notes and so on around it. Moving down, Apom, Ambipom, Smeargle, Mega Lopunny EX, which is a new one. All the items and trainer cards here. And now we're moving on to the really interesting part, which is all the illustration rares, and of course, special illustration rares and beyond. So here we have some very nice ones. This Charcadet is absolutely insane. Very, very cool. And there is kind of an arena theme here in this set that you'll kind of see as we go through some of these cards. So Charcadet here is obviously at some sort of, I don't know if it's a Pokemon battle or, you know, a boxing match or something, but very, very cool artwork. I do like it when these Pokemon are kind of immersed in more kind of like human environments. It makes it a bit more interesting because before they were always in nature or things like that, but now, or recently in the past few years, they've been really introducing them into like urban environments and so on. So I think that's really cool. Now this Dugong here is an absolutely gorgeous card. We have, you know, the Northern Lights here, Dugong just chilling, staring up at it. Very, very beautiful card. I do like that a lot. I don't know if it's going to hold much value, but I absolutely love that card. And if I ever do open up this set, definitely one that I'd be looking for, trying to pull. Then we have our Piplup here. There's that Flygon that I mentioned earlier. So, you know, we have Flygon with Trapinch, Vibrava down below, Lotad, we have a, what would you call it, Bramblegast or some, I can't even remember what it's called, Bramblin or, I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, very, very cool, kind of like a tropical environment there with like palm trees and so on. Very nice card, I like it a lot. And here we have, once again, you know, I was talking about that whole arena theme. Down in this part of the card here, you can see that there's like a stadium there, with Toxtricity kind of like coming down the stairs there. So yeah, I don't know what the idea is with that. I guess it's for Pokemon battles, something like that. And if you look at the booster box artwork, I'm pretty sure there's like an arena in the background or a ring. Here we have this Wigglytuff here, which is very cool. I don't know if that's a ring in the background once again, or if that's just like the lines for musical notes. But that's a very cool card. I do like that. It's very creative. It's kind of like a choir with, you know, Wigglytuff and Jigglypuff putting you to sleep with their wonderful music so that they can draw on your face afterwards. If any of you have seen the anime, you'll know what I'm talking about. Then we're moving on to these full art cards. So obviously we have the Beast here. We have the Mega Charizard EX with a regular Charizard in the background. So what they've been doing with these Mega full arts here is that they've always been putting the previous evolution here, before Mega evolving, in the same position, so that it kind of just shows like it's evolved into a Mega Pokemon. Just in case you forgot that this Charizard here came from normal Charizard. It's just like a nice reminder, you never know. But anyway, very, very cool card. Holds a lot of value at the moment. I don't know how that's going to progress as time goes on. I believe the value is probably going to drop off a little bit because it's not going to be that hard to pull. Actually, we'll take a look at that right now. Let's see. Yeah, it's already gone way off. So it was starting off like $100. Now it's down to, you know, 86, which is still, you know, that's a good amount of money for just a regular full art card. Here we have the Mega Heracross. Once again, we have regular Heracross in the same position, just in the background there. Very nice card. I do like the full arts now. They make them a bit more interesting than just like basically like this here, where you just have a generic background that's just kind of boring. So I find that extremely boring, personally. Don't know what you guys think. Hopefully I didn't offend anyone, but yeah. Like this Rotom here is kind of a bit more interesting with a circuit board type background. You know, this Miss Magius is a bit boring as well. Mega Sharpedo, pretty cool because we have the regular Sharpedo in the background. Makes it a bit more interesting. And Empoleon, pretty basic, pretty boring as well. Then we have Mega Lopunny with regular Lopunny in the background. Then we have these item cards. So apparently in every booster box, you're guaranteed one of these plus like a full art, SAR, or better. So you will be getting a trainer card plus, you know, a higher rarity card. So here's that stadium. So Battle Coliseum. I guess that's what we've been seeing in the background of most of these cards. I guess it is to do with Pokemon battling then. Obviously it makes sense because Pokemon cards, right? Pokemon. Here is the absolute beast, man. The one that we've all been waiting for. The one where we weren't sure if the artwork was real or not, but man, that is one beautiful, beautiful artwork here. So we have the whole evolution line. We have Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard, all looking up at, you know, Mega Charizard X EX. So I guess it's kind of like they're looking up at their full potential, which is this, and kind of like admiring the just the power of what they could one day become. And the artwork is just, it's a beautiful artwork. I mean, just the style, the blue versus orange, the contrast here, the card composition, just absolutely gorgeous. This card is definitely going to be one that is worth keeping long term, and I do think this one, although it's very expensive already and it probably will drop off in terms of value a little bit. Actually, let's take a look at what it's been doing. That is not at all what I wanted to do. Oh, come on. Brought me all the way back to the top there. Right, so, okay. Well, it started off at 677, then people were like, well, that's really expensive, let's bring it down to 666. Fire. And then they decided, actually, no, let's bring it back up to 700, almost, $700. So, yeah, pretty valuable card. It probably will cool off a little bit at some point. But then again, who knows with the current market, you know, things are absolutely, well, not unpredictable, but some things are just absurd in the sense that you think you've reached the top, but it just keeps on going. So this card is definitely, potentially going to be an example of that. But yeah, this card alone makes the set worth buying. It's similar to Paradigm Trigger, which is the Japanese version of the Lugia part of Silver Tempest. So, you know, the Lugia V full art is definitely the kind of main card in Silver Tempest. There's not much else in that set. Apart from the trainer gallery, of course, but that Lugia alone makes that set worth it, and I do think that it will be worth holding over time. And you may be thinking, oh, but there's only like two chase cards in the set that are really going to go far. Why should I really hold that as sealed product? Shouldn't I just buy the singles? Well, sealed product will be opened because people will want these cards, right? And people will be opening up a lot of it to try and get these cards. So the sealed product will dwindle down. Trust me on that one. It will dwindle down over time. And people are going to want to own the sealed product that contains these cards. Don't forget that people like to collect sealed as well. And the sealed product in itself is the collectible, not only the cards that are contained inside. So remember that. And the fact that there aren't that many hits in the set is relatively small, means that you have a higher chance of actually getting the card you want, which is going to increase probably how much people are going to be opening the set to try and get this Mega Charizard and its gold variant, which is right here, which is, in my opinion, extremely basic. I know it's different to the other gold cards, and that obviously this is different than the full art. So it's a card that's very unique in its artwork compared to what they used to do before, which is take the full art and just make a gold version of that with the exact same pose, the exact same card, just gold. So this is a bit more creative, but I do still find that these are very, very basic. I don't really know what these are going to do over time. They are incredibly rare, very hard to pull, so because of that, they will obviously hold some value, and probably a lot of value. But I do find that these cards are very basic. I would be very happy to pull one, but I wouldn't chase it personally. I would chase the SAR, which is beautiful, but I probably wouldn't chase the gold cards personally, because they don't really I don't know, they're nice, but they're not that incredible in my opinion. That's just my opinion once again. So yeah, like I was saying, people are going to be opening up a lot of this product just to attempt to get these two cards, knowing that the set is relatively small. And obviously you have all these really nice illustration rares that you can pull, and yeah, it will be a very fun set in that regard. And the English variant, let's see what happens with that. We will make a video on that as well. We'll see what happens in terms of the Mega Gengar EX and what other cards will be included in that set, so Phantasmal Flames. But yeah, having looked at the set, I do think it is worth buying and worth holding. The current prices are pretty insane. I would definitely wait for the Japanese prices to drop off, because I'm pretty sure they will probably go down a little bit, and maybe you can pick it up later. Or you can always do the whole dollar cost averaging, whereas you just buy now and you keep buying it as it goes down. That's up to you really, depending on how much money you have available. Personally, I'm probably going to wait a little bit. I already made a pretty big purchase on Glory of Team Rocket, so I bought 12 booster boxes of Japanese Glory of Team Rocket, because I really believe in the Team Rocket side of the set, and because that's very specific on being a Team Rocket themed set, I just wanted to get that. So I don't know, I will probably most definitely actually be buying some of this set down the line, but yeah, I don't know at what price. So I do think it's worth buying, I do think it's worth holding. It will go up in value over time just because of this Charizard and this Charizard. This one is absolutely insane, one of the most beautiful Charizard artworks I have ever seen. So I definitely think it's worth buying. And like I said, people will be opening this set to try and hit those cards. And the fact that the set is small is going to encourage people, because they're going to think, hey, the set's relatively small, I have a better chance of actually hitting the card that I want to get. So all those things considered, I definitely think it's a good purchase. Definitely think it's a good hold. And as a collector as well, if you're trying to hit these cards, I don't know, I mean, you could try... You could chance it and try get, you know, maybe 3 or 4 boxes just to kind of fill out your set if you're interested in the other cards in the set. If you're only interested in the Mega Charizard, I would just go and buy the single, because chances are by opening boxes, you're probably going to spend more money than actually just buying the card. So if you just want the card, I would just buy it. If you are interested in the other cards, then I'd open a few boxes, see how you do, and then maybe if you haven't pulled it yet, save up and buy the card. So that's my advice. I don't know if you guys are really going to be chasing after the gold card. Personally, I'm not, but to each their own. You know, a lot of people seem to be very hyped on that because of the rarity, just how hard it is to pull. I think the rates are like 1 pack in over 1,000 that will contain that card, so very, very hard to hit. So yeah, up to you guys. But I hope that looking over this set and talking about it a little bit, talking about how much this is probably going to be opened, kind of helps you to make a decision on whether or not you should be buying it as a collector or as an investor. If you do enjoy these kinds of videos, once again, don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment down below, let me know, are you going to be buying this set? What are you chasing? Are you interested in that gold Charizard? I'm really curious to know. And obviously, you know, stay tuned for more videos. I have some openings coming up soon, so I'm really happy about that, because I haven't done opening videos in a while, apart from that 151 booster box. But yeah, we will be opening up some cool stuff later on, hunting for, you know, Team Rocket's Mewtwo. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until next one, take care, peace out, bye!